Welcome back to Classic Books Deep Dive.
Hi, everyone.
Today we're taking a deep dive into Walter Isaacson's biography of Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, please.
I was just going to say Isaacson is known for his insightful biographies, and this one's no exception.
I completely agree. It's a fascinating look into one of the most influential figures of our time, really.
And if you want to explore the source material yourself, there's a link to buy the book in the description below.
Definitely check it out.
Whoa.
Let's start with Musk's childhood.
Okay.
Isaacson paints a really vivid picture of growing up in apartheid-era South Africa.
Yeah.
Including this chilling anecdote about encountering a murder victim on a train as a child.
Yeah, that was something that really stuck with me, too.
Right.
To see something so violent at such a young age.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine the impact.
Exactly. And it really raises questions about how an experience like that could shape someone's worldview, their resilience or even their sense of safety.
Yeah, and, that wasn't the only difficult experience he had to face growing up.
Right.
There's also the story about the family dog being shot, despite Elon's desperate pleas to save it.
Oh, yeah. And that incident, along with his relationship with his father, Errol, really highlights this thread of hardship that ran through his early life.
It makes you wonder how all of that, might have contributed to his drive and ambition later on.
Mm-hmm.
Did it fuel a desire to prove himself, to escape those early circumstances, or did it shape his leadership style?
I think that's a really fascinating point. A lot of successful entrepreneurs, have stories of overcoming adversity.
Yeah.
But Musk's childhood also included this spirit of adventure.
Yeah.
Inherited from his grandparents who embarked on these daring expeditions into the Kalahari Desert.
Yeah, there's a real contrast there between the trauma and the thirst for exploration.
Absolutely. And even his parents' relationship, while it was tumultuous, did have these dramatic moments. Like when his mother, May, lost weight because of heartbreak. And ironically, it helped her win a beauty contest.
Wow, life is full of ironies.
It really is.
And it's interesting how Isaacson weaves these personal details into the broader narrative of Musk's development.
Yeah.
And we also see him struggle academically, early on, even mislabeled as retarded in elementary school.
It's almost like a reminder that conventional systems often fail to recognize brilliance.
Especially when it manifests in unconventional ways.
Exactly. And later, his passion for physics blossoms while he finds religious instruction meaningless.
Which gives us a glimpse into his early proclivities toward a scientific worldview.
Exactly.
And speaking of that, his love of science fiction is a key theme in the book.
Oh, absolutely.
He was heavily influenced by authors like Isaac Asimov and Douglas Adams.
Yeah, and those books really sparked his imagination, planting the seeds for his later interests in things like space travel and artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm. It's a good reminder of the power stories have to shape our aspirations.
It really is.
And as a teenager, he even embarked on his own adventure backpacking across Canada.
Wow.
Where he had a first-hand encounter with the limitations of traditional financial systems after losing all of his belongings.
Oh, wow. So maybe that's where the seeds of Zip2 and X.com, his first ventures, were sown.
Yeah, it's remarkable how these early experiences seem to foreshadow his later ambitions to just disrupt entire industries.
It's true. And Isaacson doesn't just chronicle these ventures. He delves into the internal conflicts and power struggles that arose within these companies.
Yeah.
Revealing Musk's drive for control and his relentless pursuit of his vision.
Even his initial foray into the space industry started with a rather unconventional approach.
What was that?
Attempting to purchase decommissioned missiles from Russian officials.
Wow. That anecdote really speaks volumes about his boldness and his willingness to think outside the box.
Yeah.
But with SpaceX, we see his vision for space exploration truly take shape.
Right.
Moving from these nonprofit aspirations to a model that blends groundbreaking ideas with practical, cost-effective solutions.
And then with Tesla, he takes on the automotive industry, determined to prove that electric cars could be high-performance desirable and a viable alternative to gasoline-powered vehicles.
What I find particularly interesting is how Isaacson focuses on the challenges and triumphs of building both companies. We see Musk's hands-on approach, his legendary work ethic, and his iterative design process.
Yeah.
He was constantly pushing the boundaries of what was possible.
Yeah, and there are some great anecdotes that bring this to life.
Right.
Like the SpaceX team on Kwajalein Atoll transporting the rocket on plywood to save costs.
Oh, wow.
Or his decision to sue NASA over what he perceived as an unfair contract.
Such a bold move.
Yeah, which could have jeopardized future collaborations.
Yeah.
And who could forget the exhilaration of that first Tesla Roadster test drive?
Oh, yeah.
bringing tears to the eyes of Martin Eberhard, one of Tesla's co-founders.
Isaacson also provides a glimpse into Musk's personal life, including his marriages to Justine Musk and Tallulah Riley and his relationship with Grimes.
Yeah, these relationships offer some insight into the complexities of his personality.
Definitely.
Revealing a man driven by both inspiration and intensity, often challenging and demanding in his personal interactions as well.
We see glimpses of this in moments like when his then-girlfriend had to remind him to acknowledge the coolness of his own car during a CNN interview.
Or Riley's observation about needing to keep him from going king crazy.
Yeah.
It's clear that his ambition can be both a driving force and a challenge in his personal life.
For sure. And then there are these moments of vulnerability, like when he breaks down in tears during an interview discussing the pain inflicted by his father.
Yeah, it's a reminder that even those who seem larger than life are still human, grappling with their own struggles and vulnerabilities.
Absolutely. So picking up where we left off, let's delve a little deeper into Elon Musk's anxieties about the future.
Yeah.
Especially his concerns about AI.
He doesn't just see it as a technological challenge. He frames it as an existential threat.
Right.
Even calling AI humanity's biggest threat.
Yeah. He really seems to fear that AI could surpass human intelligence, leading to a scenario where we lose control.
And potentially face some pretty dire consequences.
Yeah, it's like a dystopian vision straight out of science fiction. But Musk takes it very seriously.
Yeah, and this fear is really a driving force behind his work with Neuralink, his company that's focused on developing brain-computer interfaces.
Oh, right. Neuralink.
Yeah.
It's a radical concept.
Yeah.
He wants to merge human and artificial intelligence, believing that linking our minds directly to machines is the only way to keep pace with AI and maybe even control it.
It raises a whole host of ethical and philosophical questions.
Yes, certainly.
I mean, some might say that it's meddling with the very essence of what it means to be human.
But for Musk, it's about survival.
Right.
He sees it as our best bet for avoiding a future where machines dominate.
And he also believes that Neuralink could unlock incredible advancements in human capabilities.
Like what kind of advancements?
Well, imagine being able to download information directly into your brain or communicate telepathically.
Or control prosthetic limbs with just your thoughts.
Exactly. It's mind-boggling to think about the potential.
It is.
But also a bit unsettling.
Yeah, there are definitely risks involved, both technological and ethical.
We're talking about merging our minds with machines.
Right. But Musk is known for pushing boundaries. Taking risks to achieve his goals.
He is.
And his commitment to Neuralink is undeniable. He's poured significant resources into it, attracting some of the brightest minds in neuroscience and engineering.
Yeah, and they're making progress.
They are.
Isaacson highlights some of their early achievements, including implanting chips in monkeys.
Wow.
Allowing them to control computers with their minds.
That's incredible.
Still early, but the implications are huge.
They are. If Neuralink succeeds, it could fundamentally change what it means to be human.
It's a story that's still unfolding and one that we'll certainly continue to watch.
For sure. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about that whirlwind of events surrounding his acquisition of Twitter.
Oh, yeah. It was like watching a real-life drama play out in the headlines.
It really was, and it speaks to his impulsive nature.
Yeah.
He made the decision to buy Twitter after a series of really frustrating interactions with the platform's management.
Then he felt they were stifling free speech.
Exactly. He was particularly bothered by what he saw as a woke mind virus infecting the platform.
Now, we need to be careful here.
Yeah.
The term woke mind virus is loaded and can be interpreted in various ways.
Of course.
From what I gathered, Musk seems to view it as a form of political correctness that shuts down debate and silences dissenting opinions, which he believes is ultimately a threat to democracy.
Okay, so he felt compelled to take action.
Yeah, leading to that hostile takeover bid and ultimately acquiring Twitter for a staggering $44 billion.
Wow, and the transition was anything but smooth.
It wasn't.
Layoffs, internal struggles, tons of controversy.
So much controversy.
It was clear that he wanted to create a platform where all voices could be heard, even those considered offensive or controversial.
Right. He saw it as his mission to restore what he considered true free speech.
But his approach was often abrasive, alienating many employees and users.
And his critics accused him of creating a platform for hate speech and misinformation.
Right, and his own tweets often added fuel to the fire, sparking backlash and generating more headlines.
It's been a tumultuous period for Twitter.
It really has, and Musk is determined to reshape it in his image.
Whether he succeeds remains to be seen.
Yeah, Isaacson's book offers this fascinating glimpse behind the scenes.
It does.
Revealing Musk's motivations and strategies and highlighting the challenges of this really bold takeover.
It's a story about the future of social media and the complex personality of Elon Musk.
It raises these really profound questions about the role of technology in our lives, the power of these platforms, and the limits of free speech in the digital age.
Yeah, these are questions we're still grappling with as a society.
One thing that really stands out in Isaacson's portrayal is Musk's incredible drive, his relentless work ethic.
Yeah.
He's known for pushing himself and those around him to the limit.
He routinely works 100-hour weeks, sleeps on factory floors, and thrives on intense pressure.
It's a level of dedication that most people couldn't fathom.
It's almost superhuman. But Isaacson also details the personal costs.
What do you mean?
The struggles with mental health insomnia, the strain on his relationships.
Right, it makes you wonder if it's all sustainable in the long run.
It does. There's a sense that he's driven by this deep need to achieve, to leave his mark on the world.
Maybe stemming from a fear of failure rooted in his childhood.
Yeah, he's been open about the trauma of his upbringing and the emotional abuse he endured.
Some close to him have suggested that this trauma instilled this need for control and a fear of vulnerability.
It makes you wonder if this drive is his way of coping.
So we see this paradox. His unwavering determination, his greatest strength, might also be his greatest weakness.
It's a fascinating and concerning cycle. He's achieved these remarkable things, but at what cost?
Right. What's the impact on his well-being, his relationships?
These are questions that Isaacson explores with a lot of nuance.
Yeah.
He doesn't shy away from the darker aspects of Musk's personality, but he also recognizes his brilliance, his vision, his desire to make a positive impact.
It's a complex portrait that's really hard to categorize.
It is. It leaves you with a sense of awe, but also a bit of unease.
He's a visionary, a force of nature who's reshaping the world.
He is.
But he's also a flawed human being battling his own inner demons.
Yeah.
It's both exhilarating and cautionary, reminding us that ambition can be both a powerful force for good and a source of personal struggle.
Isaacson's biography is a must-read for anyone who wants to understand the man behind the myth, the complexities of innovation, and the challenges of leadership in this day and age.
It's one of those books that stays with you long after you finish it. It makes you think, it challenges your assumptions, and it leaves you with more questions than answers.
Now let's shift our focus to something that might surprise some listeners.
What's that?
Musk's evolving political views.
Oh, yeah. This is where things get really interesting.
Musk's political affiliations have been somewhat fluid.
In what way?
Well, over the years, he's described himself as a moderate, a centrist, and even a socialist.
Wow.
But in recent years, he's become more vocal in his critique of what he perceives as excesses on the left.
Yeah, particularly his concern about the woke mind virus.
Right. And it's important to reiterate what we mentioned earlier. While woke mind virus is a loaded term, Musk seems to be using it to refer to a form of political correctness that he believes stifles free speech and honest debate, which he sees as vital to democracy.
So this shift in his views has created a strange dynamic.
It has. He's alienated some of his former supporters while attracting new ones from the right.
Interesting. So it's put him in this unique position.
It has, where he's both embraced and vilified by both sides of the political spectrum.
Yeah, we see this in moments like when he attended a fundraiser for Kevin McCarthy, the Republican House leader, after publicly praising Democrats like Barack Obama.
It reinforces the idea that Musk isn't easily categorized, politically or otherwise. He's an independent thinker, challenging conventional wisdom and defying expectations.
His evolving political views could reflect a broader trend in society.
What?
A growing disenchantment with the extremes of both the left and the right.
I see.
Many, like Musk, seem to be searching for this middle ground, a space for open dialogue and respectful debate.
And that kind of dialogue is essential for a healthy democracy.
Absolutely. It requires being open to engaging with different perspectives, even if we strongly disagree.
Musk's journey reminds us that political affiliations aren't static.
And that our views can evolve over time.
Right, as we encounter new information and changing circumstances.
Now let's turn our attention to one of his most ambitious and controversial projects, self-driving cars.
Okay.
This has been a central focus at Tesla for years.
It has.
Musk believes it's the future of transportation, the key to reducing accidents, improving traffic flow, and making transportation accessible to everyone.
He's poured billions into developing this technology.
He has, and Tesla's autopilot system has been hailed as a major breakthrough, offering a level of autonomy that was once unimaginable.
But it's also been under intense scrutiny.
especially after a few high-profile accidents involving Tesla vehicles.
Yeah, critics argue that the technology isn't ready, that it's too prone to errors that could have deadly consequences.
And they also question Musk's aggressive timelines.
Right, accusing him of prioritizing profits over safety.
Musk, of course, strongly disagrees.
He does.
He claims autopilot is statistically safer than human drivers,
citing data that shows a lower accident rate for cars using autopilot compared to those driven manually.
Exactly. But the debate continues, and there are no easy answers.
It's a complex issue with technical, ethical, and legal dimensions.
Isaacson examines these complexities in his book.
Yeah.
He explores the technological challenges, the ethical dilemmas, and the regulatory hurdles facing self-driving cars.
He also takes a look at Musk's leadership style in this context, highlighting his risk-taking, his unwavering faith in his vision, and his sometimes abrasive approach to those who challenge him.
It's a fascinating case study in the challenges of bringing these disruptive technologies to market and the need to balance progress with safety.
It raises some really profound questions about the responsibility of companies to ensure that their products are used ethically and responsibly.
For sure, the story of self-driving cars is still being written.
Yeah, it's a story that will have a huge impact on all of our lives in the years to come.
Isaacson's book offers a valuable glimpse into the forces shaping this future. The technological breakthroughs, the human aspirations, and the ethical challenges we'll need to face as we navigate this uncharted territory.
Next, let's explore another area where Musk has made a significant impact.
What's that?
Space exploration.
Oh yeah, his company SpaceX has revolutionized the space industry.
They have making space travel more affordable and accessible than ever before.
Their Falcon 9 rocket has become the workhorse of the industry, launching satellites, cargo, and even astronauts to the International Space Station.
And their ability to land and reuse their rockets, a feat that was once considered impossible, has dramatically reduced the cost of space travel.
This innovation has opened up a world of possibilities for exploration and scientific discovery.
Yeah, but Musk's ambitions don't stop at Earth orbit. His ultimate goal is to establish a human colony on Mars.
Wow. He believes that becoming a multiplanetary species is vital for the long-term survival of humanity.
He sees it as a way to hedge against existential threats like asteroid impacts, pandemics, and even AI gone wrong.
It's a bold vision.
It is.
That has captured the imagination of millions around the world.
Yeah, and SpaceX is actively working towards this goal, developing their Starship spacecraft,
which is
a massive reusable vehicle designed specifically for interplanetary travel.
They've already conducted numerous test flights pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
They have, and they're aiming for a crewed mission to Mars, potentially within the next decade.
That's incredible.
It's an ambitious undertaking full of challenges and risks.
For sure.
But if they succeed, it'll be a monumental achievement, a giant leap forward for humanity.
Isaacson's book gives us this front row seat to this unfolding drama.
It does.
He captures the incredible technical achievements, the entrepreneurial spirit, and the sheer audacity of SpaceX's mission.
It's a story that truly inspires awe and wonder, reminding us that the human spirit of exploration is still alive and well.
But as we'll see in the next part of our deep dive, this drive to conquer new frontiers also raises these important questions about the cost of ambition and the potential consequences of pushing boundaries.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Walter Isaacson's biography of Elon Musk, it's clear that his story goes beyond a typical entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, his drive to push the boundaries of human achievement, especially in the face of what seem like insurmountable obstacles, is a recurring theme throughout the book.
But Isaacson also prompts us to consider the potential downsides of this relentless pursuit.
Right, like what are the costs?
Well, he explores the idea that civilizations like individuals can become stagnant if they stop taking risks. He even quotes Musk, who compares this to the hardening of arteries in an aging body.
So Musk sees space exploration as a way to combat this complacency.
Yeah, to reignite that sense of wonder and to ensure that humanity has a future beyond Earth.
It's a compelling argument, especially given the complex global challenges we face today.
Right. Do we need that drive to explore, to innovate, to push ourselves beyond our comfort zones in order to survive and thrive as a species?
That's a big question that Isaacson leaves us pondering.
It is, but the book offers more than just an account of Musk's life and work.
What else does it offer?
It's a reflection on the nature of innovation itself, on the complexities of leadership, and on the enduring human search for meaning and purpose.
It's a book that makes you think, challenges your assumptions, and leaves you with more questions than answers.
It does, and that's part of what makes it so engaging. It sparks debate, inspires awe, and makes us question what we thought we knew about the world and about ourselves.
So as we conclude this deep dive, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
What are your takeaways from this exploration of Elon Musk's life and work? What resonates with you most about his journey? What lessons can we draw from both his successes and his failures?
We invite you to share your reactions and reflections in the comments below.
And as you ponder those questions, we'll leave you with one final thought. What does Elon Musk's story tell us about the potential and perhaps the pitfalls of ambition in the 21st century?
It's a question worth grappling with as we navigate the complexities of our ever-changing world.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We look forward to exploring more fascinating figures and their legacies with you in future episodes.